Hey everybody, this is Glidercat and it's time to play. We are back on Angel Mountain. Awesome map. Let's get back to it. We have things to do and I got some updates for you as well. Let's take a look at the fields first and see where things are at. We own two fields, right? It's 28 and 21. And we have what, wheat on 28 and we have clover here on 21. 21's the bigger field. Let's go to growth and see what's going on. It looks like clover, even though we planted this later, this looks to be further along in its growth than the wheat. So that's kind of interesting. And then this one, I believe, is going to replant itself. So we'll maybe be able to do a few harvests of clover before we move on to other things. I noted there's a field here coming up that is really attractive. Because it's so close to all of our forestry stuff where we need wood chips, and we could put poplar on this field, but we just don't have the cash for it. So our fields are doing fine. I think we're done with all the prep. I don't think we need to do really anything, any fertilizer, any of that stuff. These should be, fully fertilized and ready to go. And then you can see there's an extra kind of outline around the fields. Between episodes, I finished cutting the grass over on 21. And then I went over to 28 and cut all the grass there and did kind of a dispersed swath. No swath really, just disperse the grass. We're going to turn that into hay. This episode, hopefully we can get working on that. Between episodes, I had a major problem with our little field silos out here. We have a field silo here and one out here by field 21. They would not let me get the grain out. So I spent about 3 hours trying different things, disabling other mods, trying to look in the log files. And I got it to work for like a little bit and then it would stop. So what I did is I swapped them out for some new silos. We lost all the grain, so I spawned in new grain. Since it took 3 hours to do all this, to debug all this stuff, I just spawned in our new grain over at the silo near our main farm. So saved all that transport time to make up for all the time I spent playing with this. And then we have new silos, and they were actually $50,000 cheaper each than the ones we had. So that put another 100 grand into our bank account. And now we have these new silos. Now, it could be we're still going to have this problem. It could have something to do with the map. May not have been the mod for the silos at all, but I switched to some new ones. We can take a look at what they look like. They look actually kind of cool. Can we go there? Oh, I guess we can't. We can go there just by hitting up one of these tractors, right? Boom. Hop out of here. There's all our vehicles are all nice and cleaned up. This is what the new silos look like. They're huge, or they're at least a lot bigger. But they're still out of the way of the field where we're going to be harvesting. Yeah, we're going side to side anyway, so it's well out of the way of all of them, all the fields in this area. But this guy holds, not sure, 10 or 20 million? Let's see what this guy holds. Silos. This is the one we were using that I think, well, it was having problems. I'm not sure if it's the mod itself or the map or what. And then the new one, I believe, is this guy right here. 50,000. It holds 20 million liters, so that'll do us just fine. So we'll use these. I do need to change our auto drive courses. I'll have to dig that up and erase it somehow. But this is kind of cool. It looks nice. It looks nice at night also. And then if we go up these stairs, which are a little tricky to get up, there's a little platform here where you can kind of monitor things. And then if you go all the way up top, there's a little bench here and a basketball. You can just kind of contemplate what's going on. Maybe maybe I'll film some time lapse up here or something. So it's kind of cool. Fingers crossed that this is going to work and we can continue to use these little field silos. But yeah, I had to pick up some grass and stuff. Anyway, we're going to get to that. Let's go into finances. Last episode, I think we paid off 50 grand of our loan. I'm going to reduce that. I still want to try and repay a little bit every episode, but let's lower that to 20 grand. It's going to take forever, right? That's a drop in the bucket. But eventually I think we'll be making more money, and at least we can say we chipped away. So let's get this down to 7180. So boom, 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 boom. We paid our 20 grand. We want to get this grass up off the ground and into our forage wagon, and then half of it, or roughly half of it, we will kind of put aside for sheep, and then the other half I want to put into our big silage bunker. So let's jump in. I think a couple episodes ago we upgraded our forage harvester to be able to take the silage additive. In between episodes, since I had to put new silos down, I did pick up a bunch of grass here and over by the other silo, because I'd already cut all the grass and I couldn't put these new bigger ones down without clearing another way. So I went to the store and I bought, where might that be? See if I can find our little jalopy. Oh, he was around here, maybe not. Maybe he's down by the other silo, could be. But I did buy some silage additive, and it is, I believe, right in this little bottle. And so if we hop in, we can see... Oh. I hop in. Am I on the right thing? We lose it? Let's see here. Oh, no, there it is. Yeah, it's right up top. Silage additive, we have 9.64 liters. We may need to recharge that, but that, I believe, is going to increase our yield from the grass that we're going to start chewing up. So let's do, we can take a quick look at production here before we get started and just see where things are at. I hauled a bunch of coal as well. Oh, our sawmill. More things to talk about here before we get going. On this land, way out back, we'll see it when we start harvesting the grass. We have a fair amount of forestry on this land. It's right here. In fact, you can see where I did harvest grass here with the crone, and I had to go around a bunch of trees and things. There's a ton of trees here. And so I'm thinking we will bring our Ponce tree harvester out here and start clearing this area. This would be great for harvesting hay or grass in the future without these trees in the way. And we can make use of these trees. And why that comes to mind is because here at the sawmill, I'm thinking of turning on the wood chips. Originally, I didn't want to do this because cutting trees is manual, and I was hoping we could use poplar to get more and more wood chips. But, boy, and we only get 2.5 units. Hopefully that's 2,500 liters, not 2.5 liters per tree. But or maybe that's 1 liter. 1 liter trees gets us that. Yeah, I have no idea. Anyway, let's activate this. Boom. And then we'll be able to process more trees through our sawmill. And we can use those wood chips over at the, where would that be? The mammoth mill down here, maybe to make planks. So we can turn on this production line too. We've been using wood chips just for boxes. In fact, I think we don't have, yeah, we've burned through them all to make boxes. But let's turn on planks here too. And then let's take it from the top and see how we're doing. So wood, we have 114,000. We have room for quite a bit. So maybe at the tail end of this episode or next episode, we can start working on some of the trees over here. And it looks like we have some planks we can move over to. Bakery barn, yeah, we can't do anything with that. That's kind of a bummer. At least not yet. We need a bunch of ingredients for that we just don't have. Carpentry mill, we have crates. This is waiting on planks. We do have 75,000 pallets right now. I think we're only, are we using pallets? We're using pallets at the mill. We'll get to that. The grain house, I should say. This guy needs pallets. And does the old man's mill take pallets? No, just planks. So, and then furniture we sold last episode. So that's kind of starting to resupply again. And what do you need? You need planks. And then we have a bunch of barrels in storage. I'm not sure how we're going to use these. I don't think they're worth much to sell. I may need to look at the other businesses that we have that we could potentially buy to start making use of these barrels. Same thing with the crates. All right, crates. I think once we get the beehives we were looking at, which is why we're growing the clover, we can use crates there, I believe. Composter. How we doing here? Still have 190,000 straw to process. We have a bunch in our main silo, so we can keep this humming. There's about 400,000 liters of compost just waiting to be brought over to the greenhouses or orchards. We saw the oat flour. This guy is waiting on fuel. There's still 163,000 oats to process into flour. We may hold on to that flour. We did sell one big load of that. We got some money for it, not a ton. It would be nice to try and save that for bread. We'll see how desperate we get for cash. And then we do have a load of oats. I think there's about 60,000 liters in our farm silo, in addition to what's here. This is our one greenhouse that we bought. We have a ton of water. I've been, between episodes, loading a ton of water, 500,000 liters, and a bunch of compost as well. I've been taking over there. And then we bought a tanker full of herbicide. So this guy's off and running. We'll see what we get for these fruits and vegetables. I'm not sure how much of those are going to sell for, or if we're going to want to wait and save these. We'll see. Mammoth Mill probably could use ore. We're burning through the ore fairly quickly. I brought over some coal between episodes, and we still have a ton of sand in there. The sand mine's really close, so that's easy to keep full. We sold the jars last episode. These are starting to stack up again. That's kind of a main source for revenue for us. Then we sold drill pipe. We may sell more of that too. Between episodes, I was looking at the refinery and the oil derricks that we could buy. It's not cheap. It's about, 450 grand just to get one pump jack and the refinery. We don't have that much, and I'm thinking we probably want to get one more field before we start buying up big industries. I'd like to get another field going, so we may sell more of this drill pipe and just keep that production moving. And then lastly, at the old man's mill, we have, looks like he has a little bit of planks, plenty of nails and steel, lots of coal, because I've been hauling that between episodes. And we just sold walkers and wheelchairs last episode, so they need to accumulate. So I don't think we're going to do much selling. So that's where things stand production-wise. Let's start harvesting. Let's start grabbing up some of this grass. And maybe we'll take some back to the main farm. Yeah, I'm just wondering. What I'm thinking right now is we have this farm silo here. And I've been wrestling with whether we should try and use auto drive to haul this grain from the field back to our main farm and just have automated drivers take it back. There's two things I'm worried about. One, it's going to be a huge network for auto drive, and I don't know whether it's up to the task or not. Could be, and everything could be fine, or we could get a bunch of glitches and it'd be a nightmare. The other thing I'm a little nervous about is we have traffic turned on, and it's kind of nice having the traffic turned on, the different cars driving around, particularly in that main loop around Angel Mountain. And then we also have the trains. I don't know if, I'm guessing auto drive is not able to avoid trains. There's a mod to stop the trains, but to do so, I think we'd have to spend $2,000 every time we wanted to stop both trains. And run these auto drive courses. So a couple things I've been thinking about. One is we could make, I'll show you. Let's look at the map. I know I'm babbling here quite a bit up front, but there's a lot of strategy that goes into seeing how we can optimize things as a single player trying to take on this massive map. So most of the vehicle traffic is right here on this circle. In fact, I don't know if there's even traffic on these There might be traffic on these roads that offshoot, but down here I've not seen any cars driving. And we haven't spent any time up here, so I just don't know. But down here, we could do something where we use auto drive courses from this silo to maybe just take grain off to a new storage silo right off of the main road, so that it's totally avoiding traffic, totally avoiding trains. And then I was thinking about looking up a mod where I could set up a road train. So one truck with maybe a couple trailers attached to each other in tandem, and see if we could get like 100,000 liters hauled at a time. And I could just do that manually, take that up to the farm or maybe take that up to businesses and just do that bulk hauling myself. That's the direction I'm kind of leaning towards. But I haven't had much time to look at road trains. So why is that relevant now? Well, what do we want to do with this grass? Do we want to throw it in this silo? I guess we do. At a minimum, the truck is going to haul it faster than these tractors because these tractors are slower. So we'll drop off the grass into here. Let's get on it. And like I said, I may need to refill our silage additive here. Let's start harvesting grass. And we should get a pretty decent haul out of all this. And so we'll likely time-lapse this. Maybe I'll break in if I've got some strategy and stuff to talk about, but let's just get on it. All right, we're making some progress here. It looks like my silage additive is getting a little low there. You can see in the bottom right next to the speedometer, it's showing 17%. Let's go fill that up. Not with you, not with you, not with you. This guy. So there in the back, I have a pallet of silage additive, and we're over at the other silo near field 28. You can see this grass has all been cut. We're going to turn that into hay. We need to go get a tedder. I don't think we bought one of those. but I'm not positive. We might have. Let's see. Can I take a quick look here in the garage? We do have a tedder. Yeah, cool. It's not super big. It's not the high-end one, but we did get one, I think, used on sale. So we'll make use of that. And what I'm thinking of doing with the cows, maybe we can start buying cows just slowly and buying the little youngins to start and raising them just on hay. That way we don't need a like a TMR mixer just yet. Those are fairly expensive, at least for the ones I want. I would like to get one of the mechanized ones, not just the ones that you pull behind if we can help it. Just because they're faster to load and a lot less effort than doing bales and trying to get the right mix. So maybe we can start, we'll use that hay and maybe get a few cows. I think in every episode we'll pick up a few sheep or a few cows, and then once our clover field is done here, or no, once our wheat field is done, we can go get chickens, start getting chickens and raising them off of the wheat. So I think I can just pull up, leave this pallet in the truck, and refill our forage wagon here. Let's see if this works. Get a little bit of stutter over here. I don't know if it's the trees. I think I did increase the display distance in the settings. I may have to turn that back down. But I do notice there is a little stutter around here. Anyway, take a look at the bottom right where you see it says 1.78 liters. I'm just going to hit R. Oh, probably can't do it right next to the silo. Let's try it over this way, a little bit out of the way. Need a new paint job on this guy. Wonder how much that'll cost at the shop. All right, let's again take a look at the bottom right. I'm just going to hit R to refill. Boom, we can refill it right out of the truck, and it looks like we have quite a lot left. That pallet there cost about $3,000. Now, I'm not sure how much is left. What if I hop in the truck? We need to move it out of the way anyway. Maybe it'll tell us how much is left in that pallet. It does not. So we're probably going to have to get more. We got through, what, about a quarter of it so far on the first fill-up of the silage additive. We'll see. Maybe we'll get through that. We'll get through this whole field without needing a pallet. I don't know if it works for hay. We're going to be scooping up some hay later. So I guess it wouldn't hurt to have it in there. I don't imagine it would consume it if it wasn't going to give us the bonus. But that's kind of an optimistic view. Let's head back. Now we're going to get over to where all those trees are on the far side. Looks like over here on the right, even though I was able to mow that, I can't pick it up. So it could be that part of the Crone mower was on property we own, so it let us chew that up, but I cannot pick this up with the forage harvester for some reason. It says you do not have access to the land. Eventually we'll buy that field. These trees here, I want to take all these trees out of here, and then we could set up a course play route in between the fields to harvest this grass, and it would go a lot easier. We could just do it automatic. Kind of doing it manually this time just to save worker fees. And yeah, we can time lapse it and get through it. But I don't intend to harvest all our grass manually like this because there's a lot. Let's see how much we have actually real quick. In storage. 314,000 liters. So we'll come off with probably, I would think, over 1 million liters of grass. And this grass, like I said, I think we'll split it. Maybe we'll save 500,000 for sheep, be way more than we need. And we can do the other half, throw it in our silage bunker and start making silage. Whoops, thought I hit B there. Back it on up. There we go. Yeah, it's debatable whether we should use this silage additive or not. We have a ton of grass. I think we're going to have more than we ever need. But, if we end up with more than we need and we make a bunch of silage, it could pay off way down the road when we buy the silage bunker, buy the BGA, and we could sell this. So it might be worth it to keep using the this silage additive. We'll just see. All right, let's get back to it, and I'll see you in a bit. Right, that is about half of the grass, a little more than half, maybe quite a bit more than half of the grass harvested from the outside of this field. Let's unload and then we'll see how much we pulled in, and we'll take a break from this. It's 4:15, and I think we should make hay while the sun shines and go pick up our tedder, head over to field 28 and start tedding and making some hay. That's going to allow us to potentially start buying some cows. Let's take a look. So far, 664,000 liters of grass. Not bad. Like I said, half of that we'll use for sheep and half we will turn into silage. We could probably even turn more or a higher percentage into silage. I'm going to pull up next to the truck here and load up on the silage additive here. Take a look at that pallet and see. Yeah, it looks like we haven't even used half of the pallet. So not bad. Let's drive this tractor down to field 21. And then I'm thinking we'll get our truck with a low loader. We'll go pick up our tedder and then go into the shop and buy a windrower. And then we can start making hay. We'll use this tractor to do that. Might as well. This area on the map here is where I'm thinking we could do our grapes and our olives. We don't need a field, I'm told, a proper field to do it. So if we bought this land, and this is expensive, I think we looked at this, the land off to the left earlier, and it's like 2.3 million or something. But if we bought this land and cleared out these trees, we could get some olive groves going and a good sized grape vineyard. It's right by the river. It's kind of a nice area. We could maybe even leave some of these trees right along the river and maybe plant some others and make it look really cool over here. It won't interfere with the fields. And we probably want to start that as soon as we can. It's just very expensive, the equipment for both of those things, grapes and olives. But it's going to be a lot of work to accumulate 10 million liters of those two things, not to mention all the products that derive from olives and grapes. There's grape juice, there's raisins, there's olive oil, there's all kinds of stuff. So it's going to take a while. Let's park this guy here. I'm going to tab over to our semi-trailer. That's this guy. I think he was probably just unloading coal last. Oh, I should mention, if I didn't already, let's look at the inventory real quick. As I'm delivering coal and iron so far to our factories, I've been taking, every once in a while, I'll take a load and put it into our main silo just to kind of work away or chip away at that 10 million liters that we want to accrue of every item. So you can see so far I've got 297,000 liters of coal saved up and quite a bit less, 178,000 liters of ore saved up in our main silo. I think this silo will hold more than 10 million, but the goal is to slowly accrue 10 million of those things, plus the sand. That's kind of an easy thing to save up right now. It's not worth much money on its own. And as long as we keep the industries loaded, then we should be fine to do that. I'm going to bring this trailer with me. And I need to see... Whoops, I'm going to drive into the sheep. Is that the sheep pen? Yeah, I think I'm going to bring this with me because we're going to want this to haul that grass back later. And I want to find our low loader. I think it's in the forestry area, so we'll first look there. Lots to do. 16 times map, even though we only have 2 fields. With the forestry, the mining, and all the industries, there's a lot to do. Like I said, I want to get our Ponce tree harvester down to field 21, where we just were, to start harvesting some trees. And we can load up the sawmill with those. I think that'll hold 250,000 liters. We want to keep that thing going. And we just turned on the production line for wood chips. That should help us get more planks. And ultimately, more cash. That's the goal. Waiting on these guys to move. Yeah, I don't think we'll do any selling this episode, but maybe next episode. And then next episode, we can think about starting to get some kind of livestock. Either cattle or sheep. We'll end up doing both, but I want to do just a little bit at a time. And watch our budget. Don't want to spend it down to 0 and then not have anything to buy. All right, where is our tractor? It's back there. All right, let's leave this guy over here. Like I said, we're going to come back and use this to fetch grass. Probably next episode. Grass and hay. Crazy camera angles. Let's just hop in the cab here. All right, we're off to the equipment dealer. We're going to pick up our tedder, which is sitting waiting for us. And then we'll pick out a new windrower. There's the crone that did all this grass mowing for us. Nice piece of machinery. Expensive, but does save us some time, especially when we leave it in a windrow. One thing we haven't done lately is look for collectibles. Let's do that. Let's stop here. I think we checked that park area next to the church, but let's just double check it. I'm sure there's something over here. Did we check this area? Pretty sure we did. The picnic tables look super familiar, right? Yeah, we could use that cash. Let's check this building next door and maybe one more. Not sure if we checked this one. This one looks a little familiar too. We may have gone around this one looking too. We'll just do it quick. Looks like we're going to come up with nothing. And I know there's one over by the farm. Look at these. I'm pulled. Whoa, sorry, buddy. I almost ran into you. Surprised they don't come through. All right, let's move up a little bit. Cross the bridge here. And we'll see what's going on over here on the left side. I'll pull way over, so hopefully the traffic can move through and not be afraid that we're going to pull out. We'll see what we have here. I can't read that, but it's a business, and this, I believe, is a sell point. Cars look kind of cool. Modern. No collectibles. I don't think we checked here. Did we even check the bowling alley? I know we looked in the back. Yeah, we found something. Let's check that as well. Give it a good look. Kind of run through back here. Yeah, we dropped off stuff here. This is the hardware store, right? Sell point? I think we would have seen collectibles if they were down here. All right, let's hit up the next one. The bowling alley. I know we were looking at the upside down traffic cones and things. Yeah, I think we did look here. Yeah, I think there was one over here and we got it. Oh, yeah. We saw the video game with the smash screen. Yeah, there's our basketball and their pins. I did not do very well last time. And I think this, yeah, see, they reset every time. Let's do a running release. Unimpressed. And unimpressive, I should say. Let's check this gas station. I know we checked the other one. This one's a bit smaller. Old mailbox on the ground. No dice here. Let's do another check. I thought there was one. Thought there was one here that we drove by and didn't grab for some reason. Got distracted. Ladder. Can we pick that up? Yeah, cool. There's one right there. That's the one I think I've seen from the road. Just neglected to get it. 73 more to go. We still have a lot of the map that we haven't explored, like the where the oil rigs are and everything. And the other trains. Actually, I don't know if we've even gone through any of the silo train stations. There's one over off to the right. We'll go get it. We just double check here, make sure we cover this building. Let's go get this one for a quick 5 grand. Then we'll head back into the truck and get back to work. 72 left to go. As I've said before, I think if we find them all, we get $2 million bonus. That sure would be nice. Man, could we use that money. I would pay off 20 grand worth of debt and then go buy stuff. Nothing through here, I don't think. It'll be interesting to see when we hit winter time how all this looks. I've yet to experience that in Farming Simulator. Any version, really. I don't think I've ever played in the snow. Hopefully I'm not going to get hit. I didn't check both ways. All right, off to the dealer. Let's get our windrower and our tedder. The tedder we got on sale, we should probably repair it while we're over there. We can also repair the truck here. It needs servicing, and we should stop and get fuel. There's another fuel station on the way. Eventually, we'll produce our own fuel. That'll save us a little money. But man, getting the refinery and just one pump jack to pump oil is somewhere around 450 grand. And if you look at our bank balance right now, we're at 325, and we're not bringing in, you know, truckloads of cash just yet. And I would like to get another field or two, maybe before we expand more businesses. Feels like having that harvester sit idle makes me feel like we're not kind of optimized. I think the next businesses we'll get, I think I mentioned this, are the apiaries. And then maybe another greenhouse. We could make use of another greenhouse right now. It's 90 grand. But I'm thinking I want to spend that money on animals in those apiaries and then save a little, you know, to slowly accumulate funds for a new field. But we'll see. The greenhouse, another greenhouse, is very tempting because we have all that compost. We can make use of that immediately. It's basically free. We're going to get a bunch more straw from our wheat field once that's ready to harvest. We can throw all that in the composter. So every 1,000 liters of straw, we get 2,000 liters of compost. It's not a bad deal. Let's stop here and do a couple repairs and wince in pain as we pay these bills. Okay, not too bad. Only $1,400 for the truck. This guy, I don't even know if you need to maintain it, but for $28. All right, we're going to kind of use our superhuman strength to transport a couple things. Matter of fact, we could transport that guy too, maybe. We'll see. Get all this stuff over to the field. How do we want to do that? Let's go into the shop and buy a windrower. Once we ted and make hay, we're going to want to be able to scoop that up. Tedders. Where's windrowers? Thought they would be next to each other. What am I? Oh, that's on. This is the. Oh, let's look at the stuff on sale. What is that for? Oh, it's a crap mower. We don't need that. Ooh, 50,000. That's another forage wagon. Oh man. Is that what we have? The Bergman? What do we have? We have a Stroutman. 50,000 liters. 98, 97,998 is what it's worth now. Oh man, that's hard to pass up. I say that with everything that I see that I want to buy. That is hard to pass up though for that deal. We're going to need more of these. I know it because we'll have a helper doing straw on one field. And that's going to, oh man, but we need cash so bad. I'm going to buy that. I just can't pass it up. That seems like a good deal. Basically the same thing we have, although we'll have to upgrade it probably. We'll do the upgrade later so that I can do the silage additive tank. We'll leave that. I'll does it cost? 2,000. I'll actually leave that off. We can always add it later, I think, for the same price. I am going to buy this. This just seems like a good deal, and I think we can make use of that before too long. So that was kind of an impulse buy, but hopefully that'll pay off. All right. Back to windrowers. Where might you be? I scrolled by them. Bell wrappers, windrowers. We should probably go, boy, 90,000. We just spent a lot. Let's see. This is 14.7 meters. Oh, yeah, no way. 9 miles an hour. Yeah, this is a better deal. 14.7 meters. 10 meters saves us 20 grand. I mean, that's money we could use for buying things on sale. That's money we could use for buying lamb, sheep and stuff, sheep and chickens and cows. This one is the one that seems like the best idea. It's 1.5 times bigger. Oh, that's 1.5 times the cost, but this will save us. I'm guessing it'll save us fuel. I think this is the one we need. Boy, I hate to spend the money. But we'll make good use of this. Nothing to customize. Let's just buy it. And then we're going to do a little superhuman strength here to get these on. We can maybe pretend. Let's let me put down the trailer. How do we want to do this? Let's spin this around. That guy is pretty long. So we'll just do this for fun. I'm going to use my superhuman strength. Whoops, wrong. E there. Top out. Our little tedder here. Can I pick you up? Oh, we said we wanted to repair this guy too. Are you not going to let me pick you up? There we go. Can I drag you? Let's pull this over to the repair spot. Oh man, my back. Where is the repair spot? Back around this guy, right? Oh man, it's heavy. Drag this guy over here. All right, good enough. We bought this on sale. Let's repair it. $118, nothing. I'll take it. Not gonna paint it, that's for sure. Let's get you back the way you need to be. And see if we can push this guy. Up the trailer. I don't know if the other one will fit. Seems like it. The wheels for sure will. Let's see if I can lift this thing without breaking my back. I did lift some weights this morning. Oh, oh, oh. Not bad. Gonna feel that tomorrow, but that's not bad. So much for bringing our this tipper with us. This thing is filthy. Needs a wash. Might need a repair too. We'll have to come back when we have an actual tractor. I think. Oh, those gates aren't going to close, are they? The ramp. I can get this guy a little snuggle up. Oh, not quite that close. Let's see what happens. This could be bad. Oh, just made it. Let's see that in action again. Look at the clearance, just barely. I like it. Let's strap these guys down. Hopefully that actually does. Holds. All right, we have our hay production machinery ready to go. Not bad. Oh, that's awesome. It's coming up on, what is that? 5 o'clock here. Let's unload. We have everything we need. We've got the forage wagon. We have, it actually has the silage additive. I don't think that does anything for hay, but I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments if you happen to know. Let's get this equipment unloaded. I think we actually have more grass. Well, maybe not. I was going to say more grass than crop. That is a huge field. All right, let's see if we can unload this. I gotta unstrap it. Oh. All right, that one's unloaded. Get a good grip on this thing. Here we go. All right. That one's unloaded. We can close these before I forget. Ramps. And let's hop in the old tractor here. And get to Tedden. We have a smaller tedder, but then we could have, but we did save a little money on that. We did splurge with an impulse purchase there of the additional forage wagon, but I think we'll make good use of that. I really do. And not too far in the future. All right, let's take a look, see what we can do. I did have to clear out the grass around our new field silo here. That's empty, I believe. All right, let's do it. We don't have to be too concerned about being neat. Is this, whoops, I didn't lower it. Let's do that again. We have the same issue where some of this grass is perceived as not being on our land. Yeah, but that's all right. Eventually we'll buy the land and we'll be just fine. Come around here, and again, yeah, same thing in the distance there. I bet anything we're not going to be able to turn this into hay. Yep, that was a safe bet. But hopefully we can cut the trees. I'd like to take more trees down. I think it's going to help the game performance, and then I'd like to actually add trees in the town area and add some variety and make it look pretty for us. Let's see if I can get a little bit more of this. All right, off we go. Right, that is the hay. Not bad. That's going to come in handy to start our cows. And we'll use it for TMR once we get a TMR mixer. And if I'm not mistaken, we'll double check here. I think the sun's still up over there, so we made hay while the sun was shining. As per requirements. So let's head back. Oh man, we have a lot to ted and a lot of hay to pick up, but that is an awesome harvest. In the future, we may have AI workers do it. That did take a ton of time, but we did save that worker salary, and cash is a little scarce. Let's get back. We'll drop this equipment off by the silo over there. I'm thinking eventually between the fields, we could put down some of those vehicle sheds that have the solar power on top. That will earn us a little money as we go. But right now we don't have the money for them, so we're just going to leave our tractors out here in the field. All right, let's hook up the windrower and we'll get ready to maybe wrap it up for this episode. That was a lot of work. Gathering grass over near field 21 and then making hay here field 28. Even though we already had it mowed, boy, that's a lot of grass to ted. Let's hook up the windrower. And then we'll get to this next episode. Let's check in on our production chains. All right, let's see what we're doing. How we're doing on things. That's all our storage stuff. Yeah, you can see we have 60,000 oats in storage along with the 187,000 liters of canola. Still not sure what we're going to do with that. Right now, I'm thinking of saving this for pig food. What else do we have in storage? Grass. That's about a little more than half of our harvest off of field 21 or the surroundings on field 21. I'll pick the rest of that up maybe between episodes. There's our straw. We won't have more straw until we harvest our wheat. And we'll probably send some of this into the composter. What else do we have? Not much. Although we should have some fruits and things. Coal, yeah, I talked about this. We have a little bit of coal, a little bit of ore. That's going towards our 10 million liter objectives. Just getting started on that. And that's it. Okay, let's get to our industry or production chains. Wood chips are turned on. We still have 107,000 wood in there. As soon as we get this hay and this grass up and we get some of it back to the main farm, we're probably going to do some forestry out by field 21 and start clearing out those trees. This production is kind of slow when we're running in real time, but we'll let that run. Bakery and nothing to see there. What can we sell? That's what I'm looking for. Furniture, not much. Barrels, we may end up selling barrels and crates. Don't think we'll get much money for those though. Flour, this is on hold until we supply fuel. I may hold off on even purchasing that fuel, save the money. The oats could just sit in there along with the flour. If we're desperate, we'll sell the flour and we'll kick this factory back on, but I think I'm just going to leave this sit for now. Produce, we're starting to get some fruits and vegetables. I'm thinking we'll just sell all this maybe next episode. See what we get. Hopefully they all go to the same place. We add all that up. It's not bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 70,000 plus another 40. So 100 and whatever, 112 or something like that. 1,000 liters. We might be able to make a little cash off of that. And then drill pipe. Let's turn these back on. Yeah, I think I'm going to turn these production lines back on. We don't get much money for them, but let's sell drill pipe, and then let's go ahead and start making planks from the wood chips. I'm going to turn, or that's on. It's just waiting on wood chips. Sacks, we could do this. We need plastic, but that again is going to be the refinery and a pump jack, and that's like 450 grand to get that production going. So I think this is going to be sitting for a while. Nails, we have some we can deliver to the carpentry mill or the old man's mill. Steel we can deliver over to old man's mill. I'll make use of that. And jars. Do we have enough jars? We have jars. We could sell jars. We could sell some more jars. Make some money. That's been kind of our cash crop, or at least our cash production lately. And then we're starting to accrue walkers and wheelchairs. So maybe at the top of next episode, we'll set out to sell these walkers, wheelchairs, jars, and maybe some drill pipe too, and just raise some funds, and then we'll pay off some more of our debt. But yeah, at the top of next episode, we will get to doing a windrow on this hay so we can gather it up, and then maybe buy our first animals. Not sure yet whether it'll be cows or sheep, and then we'll just maybe alternate each day buy like 13 cows, and the next day buy 13 sheep. We'll buy the youngins because it's cheaper and just slowly accrue some herds. It'll take a while for us to make money off of those, but I think if we kind of start economically, it'll pay off big later on. And we're getting by. We're paying off our loan interest. In fact, let's take a look and see how that all looks. How much have we paid in loan interest so far? Hardly anything, right? How is this possible? 58.33. That's next to nothing. Our loan currently stands at 7.18 million. We're going to keep chipping away and try not to borrow any more money, but we'll chip away at it slow so we can have some funds. I'd like to buy, I don't want to pay off all this debt before we buy our next field. So we'll pay off a little bit at a time and try to accrue some savings here and see if we can't get some more industries and a new field. That's it for now. This is Glidercat saying thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoy this series on Angel Mountain. 16x map. We have a massive goal of accruing 10 million liters of over 280 different products, not to mention owning all of the land and businesses on this huge map. Hope you stick with me and enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next episode.